Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to quickly discuss birthday number 16. So 16 consists of number 1, which we know is the Sun, number 6, which is Venus, which adds to number 7, which is Kietu. So you're a birth number 16 if you're born on the 16th of any month, and this number is going to give you quite the interesting combination. 16 in most numerological concepts are considered to be a karmic number. For a birth number, I wouldn't agree with that though. If you're born the 16th, don't worry, it's not a karma number for you at all. Just work with the energy, you'll be good to go. So let's get through that. So number 1, of course, we have the innovative Sun, leadership skills. We have 6, which is Venus, which is good for attraction, also very good for performance in arts and literature. And then you get number 7, which is amazing with literature, philosophical needs, spiritual, and intuition. So we have quite the mix here. If you have the energy of the 16, or have the birth number 16, I should say, you definitely are going to have a very dynamic personality. I would estimate that you have quite a few friends. To the opposite sex, you are very attractive. You're not very easily intimidated and not very easily confused either. Your mind is very strong. The main difference between this number 7 birth number and the other two, which are 7 and 25, is the fact that you guys like to show off what you do. So if you're into music, you're going to show it off. If you're into like souping up your car, you're going to show it off. If you're into art, like drawing or writing, you want people to know it. You're going to get published. You want to be famous. And that's the thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. You should actually delve way into that. That's the conscious part of your brain saying, do it. You have that sort of mechanical pattern in your brain that says, I should be famous. I should be known for my intelligence. And that's definitely true. You're very knowledgeable on pretty much all subjects. Specifically, I'd say literature, though, art, sculpting, things like that is what you really are going to excel at. But you can even get into things like sports as well and really excel there. So it all really depends on what you view as your main interest. Because of the 7's analytical skills and very detail oriented to the point of nitpicking sort of nature, you can do anything, even like acting, performing. It all depends on where your interests lie, and you want to use the 7's energy of kind of like a bit of zealotry that it has, which means like you're obsessive. Use that obsessive energy to perfect your craft. Okay, because a lot of number 7 birth numbers, they end up, I'm a number 7 birth number myself, I'm a 25, so a lot of us end up drifting off, or like really looking at life in a sort of a facade, saying it's depressing, we get very moody, we get into oxymorons, like we're just very contradictory. One day we'll be all happy about life, next day we're all depressed. Because it's very watery, right? The number 7 is all about the water. It's all about Neptune, Kietu. It all relates to the moon. It's the south node. So what you have to understand is if you have this as your birth number, you will have a very watery sort of temperament, and emotional characteristics will be affected by that, because you're going to have that sort of volatility where one minute you're okay, next minute you're not, and people may find that very hard to deal with. What you want to do is just make sure that you include your explanations for your emotions when you're dealing with people, especially with a significant other like a spouse. You just want to make sure that you let them know, here's why I'm feeling like this, or here's why you may need to leave me alone for a given moment, and not really go at them in a way where you just give them the cold shoulder for no reason. Because that's what's going to lead to a lot of damaged relationships, and that's why a lot of 7's and then 8's don't have good relationships because of those things. 8's is a little bit different, but we'll get into that later today or tomorrow. But with 7's though, you just have to watch out for your watery nature. That nature can also make it so you can adapt. Like Bruce Lee said, be like the water, go into the cup, become the cup, go into the teapot, become the teapot. So you can go into whatever you want and adapt to it. What you're going to be very attracted to, because it's your conscious brain number, is your mental energy, is going to be things like I said, writing. You're going to be good at, I wouldn't really say advertising, but I would say like performance arts. Anything that's going to show like a certain level of creativity that you can sort of brag about. You want to sort of have something that's going to make your unique personality be seen in your work. If any number is about like really finding your passion, this is, because a lot of 16's tend to drift, or they have a huge ego in their young part, like the young side of their ages, like from 1 to 20. And then after that point, they kind of burn out, and they lose that whole popularity thing, and life starts to change. So you want to make sure you find something like music, like in the arts, like in writing, like in sports, something that you can really obsess over and master, and make sure it's internal, especially for guys like us, for the 7's. Make sure that you're getting your satisfaction internally. As much as you want to show off what you're doing to other people, just understand that if you are not internally applauding yourself and filling that void for yourself, nobody else in this world will. Okay? Another weakness with the 16 is a tendency for escapism. So, like things like weed, narcotics, liquor. Make sure that if you're going to use those things, just use them in very, very moderate order, just because you do not want to become obsessed over those things or use it to block the pain that you may be feeling. A lot of sevens suffer from depression, things like insomnia. So to prevent those things, I'd recommend just having a better diet. If you arthritis is also very, 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 very. I can't stress enough how very. It's just there. It just comes for sevens. It's just something that literally, for some reason, number sevens get it very quickly and very easily, even at a young age. Right now, I even have like a destroyed neck. I can barely turn my neck both ways. So it's something I'd recommend having like ashwagandha, turmeric, and really putting forth your herbal supplements there instead of using things like narcotics or liquor to block out the pain. Because what you want to do is think your way out of the pain and then maybe help others and liberate them in the process. If you're able to do that, that's a way you can brag and still be able to do something helpful for others while also making some money. All right? So that's all the options there are, guys. Like, really, it comes down to really finding solutions for your problems, then monetizing them. If you can do that for any number, not just this birth number, you're going to definitely be successful. But I know that sevens really do suffer from a lot of depressive issues and escapism due to like hard family life. So what you want to do is, because of that third energy, you just want to turn it on its head and use it as more so like a like nitros, instead of making it be like salt in your gas tank. You just want to make sure that you add that, make it fuel your fire, and actually make a difference in your life. All right, guys. So if you have any questions regarding the number 7 at all, please let me know. Aside from that, just leave a comment for me, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it.